UNSC Report to Office of Naval Intelligence, 2341. I regretfully need to report that our proposal for joint fleet exercises within the reclamation have fallen through. Our chief diplomats are concerned of how this turn will affect our standing with the ongoing Johane due to their general disinterest. I will leave the fallout of this matter in their capable hands. Also, the AI found on Onyx has fortunately proven passive towards UNSC forces and UEG colonists. I won't pry as to why I only thought messing with such a being was a wise idea to begin with, and no better than to poke that particular hornet's nest, but with its assistance, colonization of this ancient world is proceeding smoothly. I understand that Sanghili Kashahilo is planning on opening the first interspecies school on the world, a boon with an increasing non-human population. Across the galaxy, things are not so bright, however. The Kigia homeworld has fallen to the created, and projections of their survivability are not positive. If their civilization is to survive this war, we are not confident that they can keep their independence as they are, and the Sanshayim have been whispering of a holy covenant in the making. End report. Here and welcome back to Stellaris Responsibilities Mantle. Last time things got rather busy around Onyx because we found an ancient artificial intelligence on the planet that thankfully did not try to kill us. Rather, it's if I recall, yeah, it's given us some research speed. Was that it, or was it another one? Well, it was one of these that it gave us a slight bonus, which is always nice. We are expanding our territory finally towards Maya, where we're going to make the world of Harvest. We have claimed all the territory down here. One of our science ships is going to soon hopefully find the head of Zarklan, which would give us a big advantage of getting Fallen Empire ships. Yes, please. Trench World over here is also being researched. Our fleet is looking pretty good. I'm probably going to lose Battle Group Tango at some point to whoever ends up being president next due to dice rolls. However, the rest of our fleet is certainly not shabby. We've got two decent sized fleets of 40 each, 4.9k, 4.5k, and our home fleet has 90 ship slots taken up, and that is what we're going to be upgrading this decade around. We're going to go get that to a full 110, and then after that we'll focus on Battle Group Sierra. We're going to just keep upgrading our ships as much as we can until we're ready to take on whatever the mid-game crisis is going to throw at us. You may have noticed that my energy credits is currently minus 73. That's just because I've only just loaded the save up, which means that things aren't necessarily being calculated the way they should. A month will tick over and it will be fine. Back into the positives as we were. Aside from that, yes, if you so recall, the Kigia. Oh dear, the Kigia. We hardly knew ye. Yeah, once they lose that planet, they're done. The Kigia mercenaries will be no more. I assume there are Kigia pops around the galaxy somewhere. I mean, I'd be very surprised if there aren't. So the species will live on, but their independent empire is all but doomed. The created have eaten them. 343 Guilty Spark does not mess around, it seems. As for our Federation, we're on minus 1.33, we've lost a level. However, we're going up by 1.2 a month. So, we're going to be in the positives very quickly. I mean, it took me pretty much half of last episode to get from max to there. So, hopefully by the end of this episode, I should be pretty much maxed out in cohesion. Changing the succession type from rotation to random, that was a massive boost to our cohesion. It may mean we don't have the Federation fleet quite as much as we would. Or maybe we will. It's all going to be down to RNGesus. But I can live with that. It's not exactly our strongest fleet anyway. Point is, our level should quickly go back up to level 2 and shoot upwards. That is the hope, at least. Galactic community, we're still on the council. Senate is in session for another 897 days, and we're winning this one. We're vetoing change council size. We're not allowing the Yanmi back on after the little stunt they pulled previously. You know, with invading the Ongoy. They took one system, but the Ongoy have now joined the Reclamation, so it worked out very well for us in the end. Don't you think? Technology-wise, we're researching advanced combat roles. We're not getting Deep Cross just yet, because we're delving into the secret of the bowel. And we're also researching better longsword squadrons, which will be better for our hangar-laden ships, as well as our MAC defense platform, since they have only a MAC gun and then some fighter defense. So that will work out all quite well. Right now we're not in any particular conflicts, we're just continuing to build up and waiting for the big conflict to arrive with the Great Khan. I mean, it can literally happen any day. I've been saying this for the last 5 episodes, but I mean, it's alarming that it hasn't popped yet. I'd rather it pop sooner than later, considering, could you imagine if it never popped until the flood turned up? That would be some shit, wouldn't it? And we're back in the positives, though the Galactic colony just closed their borders to us. Why did you close borders to us? I guess just because of their xenophobia, I suppose, plus their religious fervour. Which is odd, because if I recall, we're on very good terms with their allies over here, aren't we? Well, last month it changed by -98 because I suppose their allies closed borders with us, so we're no longer excellent. Which is unfortunate, but we're still friendly with them. So, yeah. And we have another archaeological site, and it's the ancient tomb. The structure appears to be a gigantic mausoleum and necropolis, dating back several million years. There are no obvious signs of previous looters, so the structure may have been left untouched since the comedian field was erected. The structure's first chamber is accessible, but an impenetrable door blocks any further progress. Large alien glyphs? Yes, Charlotte Glyph. Glyphs, as of yet untranslated, have been carved into the wall above the door. Fascinating. Alright, continue on. Try not to fall into any traps. Huh! And would you look at that, the Pricketee have finally been taken out by the United Rebel Front. I mean, it took them long enough. They've been fighting them since early game, but yeah, that's one less pacifier on the board. And we have another site pending, and it's the Trench World. An extensive analysis of hundreds of canals on the planet's surface has been carried out. It is evident that the intricate canal grid is not formed by any naturally occurring geological process. It has been dug out with deliberate intent. Due to the considerable age of the trenches, having been carved out more than 100,000 years prior, and as such as considerably eroded, it is difficult to ascertain how or why they were made. Keep digging. Oh, and would you look at that? We are now back in the positives officially. Which means our XP is going up, and our level should soon be level 2 once again. This is a good day for the Reclamation. Speaking of good days, I can't get this last mining station apparently, I have to look at that, but you, go and grab that system right there, and what is run out? Recycling. Alright, renew that, thank you very much. What can't we get over here? This planet apparently. Well, I just need to research some upgrades to my mining at some point, I guess, but aside from that, it's fine. But I will note, now that we've pretty much got to where we want to be up to harvest our outermost colony, the ancient mining drones here, I think they need to go. So, Battle Group Omega, if you could please do the honors, I would really appreciate it. Arrived in the system, we are going to engage the enemy. Coming in. And in they come. Archer missile pods and Max are away. Should be a relatively easy fight. What have they got? All level 1 stuff. And a couple of level 2 reactors. Yeah, resolution has failed, that's fine. We wanted that. Oh, we've lost a single corvette in that fight. There we go. And station likewise taken care of. Reinforce that. Plenty of debris around here now. What's left of a ancient mining colony. Once our science ship is free, we will send it to Dastamon to do that.
System survey concluded.
And more longswords. That's what we wanted to see. And what do we want to get next? Defense platforms, coil guns. And we're not using those. Ion thrusters, perhaps. Ooh, that or housing, I think. Maybe. Let's go for ion thrusters. We could use some more speed. And here we have the secrets of the Bowel. By carefully tracking the changes that the Bowel underwent during their loss of sentience, we have gained much knowledge on how to reverse that process. We've also gained new insights into the spread of plant life and improved our terraforming process. So, epigenetic triggers, terraforming cost minus.
Knowledge
Fair enough.
is the key to the universe.
And
Ship
we can now
upgrades
also
applied.
uplift species. Hold on a minute. Half Sangheili. Just going through the list of all potential colonizers for the planet Harvest that I'm now going to do. And among them is half Sangheili. The elites have been getting busy. And there we go. Trench World is finished. The mystery of the canals was swiftly resolved thanks to a recent breakthrough. The wreck of a cruiser-sized machine was discovered, thousands of years old, and pitted with age and exposure. Analysis quickly established that it was a burrowing automaton activated and let loose on the planet in order to prepare irrigation canals that would facilitate the transformation of Ulyss 3 into one giant megafarm. Due to a programming error or a miscalculated deactivation date, the thoughtless machine stoically continued its mission to dig canals across the surface until it finally broke down, without a seed ever being planted. And that gives us 500 alloys. Alright, fair enough. You go over here and do that, please. Huh. And it appears the war between the Kigyar and the Created has come to an end. Apparently the Created never finished off the Kigyar, although it's resulted in the Kigyar being fully vassalized by the Covenant. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Alright, well, we've got Tide of the Soulless ongoing here. The Banished are putting in, which is very anti-machine, and since we're materialists, we don't want that. This is going to be a relatively close fight. Might need to try and pull in some favours. Alright, I think I've just about pulled it in our favour. I called in a full 10 favours from the Banished, and it seems we have some of the smaller empires on our side as well, which has pushed it in our favour, so it should be alright for now, but we'll keep an eye on it. And the enemy have declared war on the Mantle of Responsibility. I mean... okay. Following that, we also have another update to our Ancient Tomb exploration. Yep, Zarklan. In English, above the door have been translated as follows. I am Zarklan, guardian of Moztar, prophet of Zvar. In a galaxy awash with spite and hatred, I have chosen to seclude myself here. Proceed if ye be worthy. After combing through the first chamber for anything of interest, archaeologists discovered the tiny wall panel. When pressed, the ancient door rumbled open, and the second chamber is now accessible. There we go.
Establishment has begun.
We've also upgraded our Federation back to level 2.
Concluded.
So, claim cost, ship speed is up. Naval capacity is up. And claim that system, please. Oh dear, and it also appears the Creators have declared war on the Megekolo. So, yeah, the Mantle Responsibility Megekolo Alliance is flying both the enemy and the Created right now. That's not good. And it appears we have another Zarklan thing. The second chamber is unremarkable, aside from another set of ending glyphs above the closed door. They read, Petty kings issued edicts in my name, empires waged war in my honour, fools sang my praises, I would have none of it. No secret panels yet been found that will provide access to the chamber. Curious. And up here we've got ourselves a new tradition. So, extra jobs or build costs. Get extra clerk jobs. Specifically, that might help things like Earth up here with their job problems, and you can start building that out. So we get another district there as well. And there we go. We now have Harvest. I can't quite turn it into a Gaia world just yet, but once I have the influence, I will do that post haste. And looking up here at the Federation, indeed, look at that. Total cohesion, 100. We're maxed out, 100% cohesive, which means our levels will be shooting up now. It's 10 XP a month. That's looking nice. There we go, the resolution failed, Tide of the Soulless. Seems our use of influence was not in vain. So the next one is minor military sanctions. Those in breach of galactic law can be denounced. So effects empires have been denounced on breach of will have penalties, and those are never custody down, diplomatic weight down. Aside from that, Tianqi Conservation Act. I'll see. Alright, I've just done an emergency measure to ban the organic slave trade, because I just had a notification that a bunch of humans and our pops have just been put on the slave market. So, yeah, ban the organic slave trade. Slavery is a no-go. And here we go. We're going to plant a new barrel on there. There we go. Harvest is now a Gaia world. Hallelujah. So to go along with that, how many jobs will that create? So we want this to be a world for food, because that's what Harvest was. Agricultural world. So create 2 jobs, so alright, one of that, and you will be named an agri-world. There you go. And here we go, another archaeological dig site, ancient tomb. After a long and tiring search, a secret lever hidden under the floor was found, which provided access to the 4th chamber. As before, alien glyphs adorned the wall above yet another door. Those who wish to parley with Zarklan must first find their way. There is in each chamber a hidden key that must be turned to proceed. The purpose of these challenges will soon be revealed. Remarkable. And that brings us, I think, to the end of this little decade. The year is 2361. I'm watching you 3 warriors. What the hell are you up to? But yeah, that was a decently productive episode. Fairly quiet, aside from that one fight with some mining drones. We have Harvest successfully, so now our next Gaia world is claimed. Next worlds we should be having a look at. There's one for the core worlds over here. That's an arid world. There's some mid-colony worlds over here I might consider as well. That's a size 16, and the other one is also a size 16. So they're fairly decent, and I can turn them all to Gaia worlds. Hopefully, influence should start to skyrocket now, because I'm done expanding, except for, well, Gargantua, that one system there, which I might as well claim down the road. But aside from that, we have all the space we're really going to need. I have an L gate here I just managed to grab, so I have at least one to delve into when I get that research chain finished. And obviously there's Rizal down here guarding against the Yanmi hive. Speaking of which, the Yanmi are making quite a bit of gains on the most northern tip of Mantle territory. As for the created, hard to tell. I'm not really sure what their borders look like to begin with. But I think they've claimed a couple systems here from the Megekalo, unless they'd claimed that previously. I do not remember. But we'll just have to keep an eye on that war for the time to come. They said they didn't have these systems before. Yeah, the creator just continuing to expand are increasingly becoming a problem. Where is Soel? There it is. apparently. Last month we went up. Interesting. But yeah. Their technology is overwhelming, their equivalent fleet power, their economy is also superior. So they are doing very well for themselves. They stand as the biggest threat to all other civilizations in the galaxy right now. They have improved from their previous losses and really come back swinging. They're more powerful than the foreigners right now. Can I even see what Installation 04 is like? Yes, I can. Blimey, they've completely maxed out 94 pops. They're not having no deficiencies up here. A lot of ally foundries, network junctions, generator segment. That produces 120 power right off the bat. Bloody hell, Ringrod's are too powerful. Yeah, this thing. The Installation 04 is very dangerous. Go figure! The Halo Ring is very dangerous. But those are worries for the coming year. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Surah.